Hey, what's up? I'm Roman Arsafes, and today I'm doing this massive Ampsim Shootout. I have 36 Ampsims, some are free, some cost money. So in today's video, I won't be going too deep into tweaking these Ampsims. I just want to see how they sound right out of the box. Well, maybe I'll just tweak a couple of knobs here and there to see what these Ampsims can do. But basically, the main thing is just to get the first impression of each Ampsim. And also that intro that you saw was actually kind of from the future because I made it after shooting this video. And as you could see, I used two amps, amp A and amp B. And those are the two amps that I actually enjoyed the most in this video. So it would be really awesome if you could guess them and write your guess in the comment section. So with that said, I'll just give you a little technical info and we'll start testing. So first of all, I will not be using any of the cab sims or IRs that are built in some of these amp sims. All of those will be bypassed and all these plugins will go straight into one single IR, and this IR will be the ML Sound Lab's best IR in the world because it's an awesome, really balanced kind of middle ground IR that basically works pretty good with any kind of amp. So that's what we'll be using for the... So that's basically what we'll be using for our cabinet simulation today. And for this whole video, I'll be using the same guitar that I used in the intro. It's an Inspector Custom Sabotage 7-string baritone with Fortin uppercut pickups. Here it is. And also, besides the Ampsim and the cab IR, I'll be using another kind of secret sauce in this video. It'll be an IR that I made out of the Fortin Grind pedal. And I have that Fortin IR loaded into Nadir, and it's the first thing in my signal chain. So I'll be using that just as a boost pedal in front of the amps. So I think that's all. We can start listening to the amps, tweaking, and having a great time. Okay, so here we are in Reaper, and here are all the plugins that we're going to test. I've kind of made these little plugin packs based on the actual brand. And yeah, again, about the signal chain, just so that you know that I'm not lying to you and there's no kind of post effects or anything. Here are the amps. You can see them here. This is that Fortin IR. And this is where it's going. It's just the best IR in the world. That's all. So everything is clean, tidy, and nice. So we can start. And the first amp sims that we'll go through are the Poulin, or Poulin. I think it's Poulin probably. This is kind of an old freebie. I think most of you know what this is. So let's start with the Le 456 and let's go. Well, I mean, knowing that it's kind of old and free, it sounds pretty good to me. Let's just try it with the grind. I'm not really a fan how it takes the pedal because it gets that, you know, that metal zone kind of middle frequency bump. Okay, yeah. It's okay. It's nice. Now we have the Lecto, which is the Mesa Boogie rectifier. Okay, modern, and I think we'll go red. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, for what it is. Let's try it with the grind. I think I like this one more than the 456. And the last one will be Legion. I think many of the deathcore and gent guys know this sim pretty good because it was like overused years ago for that kind of music. So okay, we're on the red and lead channel, so this is kind of the metal setting. And this one is actually pretty cool. Even now, the dynamic response is really awesome. The tone stack sounds great. So let's try it with the grind. So yeah, it sounds great, especially knowing that it's an old free plugin. Cool. The next one will be a big one. It's the neural DSP stuff, and as you all know, they kind of mostly do high gain stuff, so we have a lot here. And first of all, we're trying the Fortin Nameless Suite. It's their evil Marshalloid. So let's check it out. I really love how it responds to the pick attack. Really awesome. And I'm a big Marshall fan, so this kind of warms my heart. I really love it. It's really awesome. And even though half of the neural stuff has the grind pedal kind of built in, we'll still use my IR so that all the amp sims have the same kind of boost signal. So let's see. I'm really enjoying this one. Yeah, really love it. The next is the Fortin NTS Suite, which is the Fortin Satan in real life. So let's check it out. This one is a pretty dark one. Let's see. Okay, to my taste, it's a little too boomy in the low end, but it has these two knobs here that kind of act as the grind pedal. I mean, the grind pedal is these two knobs in a fixed kind of way. So let's see. It has a really cool tone, but kind of not really my cup of tea in the kind of dynamic pick attack response. Too boomy for me. Let's try the skill switch here. No, but it's really kind of evil sounding, and I think that's what they were going for. So now let's try the Grind IR. I think I like it without the grind IR more. So yeah, pretty solid amp. Maybe not my cup of tea, but it's cool. It's nice. Okay, now the next is the archetype Poulin. And it has two kind of gainy amps. But I don't think this one will work really good for high gain stuff, so we'll go straight to the metal amp. Okay, I think we need the bright switch here. Pretty much gain. Kind of cleans up in a bit of a weird way. And it loses volume together with gain. Okay. Let's try it with the grind. Yeah, with the grind it sounds cool. Without, probably not my thing. So, yeah. Next is archetype Nolly. Now, this is a pretty big one, and it has 3 kind of high gain amps. So this is the Marshall, this is the PV, and this is the Victory or a PRS amp. I think it's a Victory amp, but maybe I'm wrong, so sorry if I am. So let's start with a Marshall. Okay, this is a pretty soft Marshall. Okay, I don't think this will work for what we want. This one is cool, but a little too much gain. Okay, let's try it with the grind. You know, this kind of sounds like a PV, but I know that they modeled this after Nolly's PV that was kind of modded by him, so I think he did something to the input section, probably. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but the feeling is a bit different than from a like classic PV 5150 or 6505. It's a bit kind of more boomy in the low end. Maybe not really my thing, but yeah, I mean, it sounds great. And let's try the probably Victory one. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Not my thing. So, no. Okay, that was the Nolly. Now archetype Abasi. So let's check it out. It has 2 heavy amps. This is the first one. You know, there's a really interesting thing with this amp that it, in the same time, it's kind of twangy in the high end, so you can kind of feel that zing 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 when you're playing. But in the same time, it has such a big boomy low end that's so strange. I mean, to combine those two things in one sound. Maybe not my thing, but yeah, it's original. It's pretty cool. So let's try the tight knob. I think this is kind of a filter on the input section that just cuts off the bass, and that's what we need. You know, this actually sounds a bit like a heavily modded Soldano amp, because the low frequency response is pretty similar to SLO 100. It sounds different, but yeah, the low end kind of reminds me of a Soldano. Pretty interesting. Maybe I wouldn't use this amp for my stuff, but yeah, it's interesting. Now the... oh, sorry, I forgot the grind. Let's see. And with the grind, it became really cool. Now I like it. Like, really like it. It takes the pick attack really, really nice with the grind engaged. Yeah, nice. And now the metal amp. Whoa. Pretty weird. The gain staging is kind of really weird. I don't understand what's going on. So let's try it with the grind. Nah. It's strange. I don't think I like it. But this one was really interesting. Okay, that's the Abasi. The next one is the Omega Amperex Granifier. And this one is a really interesting beast, because this is kind of an like American voiced amp, so Mesa Boogie, Soldano kind of style. But as I remember, it's like super evil, so let's just listen to it without the grind first. Yeah, immediately it's like really angry. So they have 3 types of power amp tubes here. This was the 6L6. Make it a little bigger. The next one is the EL34. And KD66, but I'm a 6L6 kind of fan, so... And it's cool that with everything unknown, it sounds awesome. I really love amps like this because I'm not a big fan of, you know, millions of knobs and no, I hate option paralysis. I like it to be pretty simple so that you can just turn it on, it sounds great, you tweak just a little and you're good to go. So there's another voicing here. This one is cooler. It's kind of, it has a mid bump here. And let's try the low gain setting. Low gain is not that low. Okay, let's try the grind. This is really awesome. I like it. Really cool amp. Really evil. Okay, that was the Omega Ampworks Grandifier. And the last one from the Neural DSP pack is the Fortin Cali suite. So let's check it out. You know, immediately I have this kind of feeling that sounds and feels like a crossbreed between like a Marshall and a Mesa Boogie, because it has that kind of Marshall twanginess, but the low end responds more like a rectifier. Maybe I'm super wrong, but that's kind of my first impression. Let's try the bright. Yeah, it sounds nice. I like the tone. I like the response to the pick attack. But the thing is that again, there are knobs here: violence, hair, thump. Okay, let's try thump. Well, yeah, you can sit and tweak for hours, and I think you can get any sound you want from this one. Cool amp, I like it. Let's try it with the grind. Yeah, with the thumb switch flipped, it sounds cool with the grind. Yeah, overall, awesome amp. I like it. Cool. So, that was the Neural DSP stuff, and I think most of all from all these amps, I really love the Fortin Nameless suite. That's just kind of my ideal amp sound-wise and feeling-wise, which is very important. And the Omega Ampworks Grandifier. Really cool, really evil amp. So the next one is ML Sound Lab. And as you already know, we are using their IR for this whole video. So this will be cool to see the ML amps with their own IR. How nice is that? So first of all, we have the Roots plugin, Amped Roots, and it has 4 amps, 5034, 5151, Freeman, Mega. I think you can guess what those are by the names. I made a pretty big video about this plugin some time ago, but we'll still go through it, and then we'll go through the other ones. So, Amped roots, and yeah, I'm turning off the cap here, of course. Amped roots, 5034. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I mean, I liked it last time already. And the thing about the ML amps is that they are very even sounding, because I think that's kind of the main idea of ML Sound Lab with all their products. They're trying to make it sound even, so that it's not like boomy, it's not too sparkly, not too mid-range focused, so that you just put it in the mix and it works. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's kind of the main idea of the brand. It should work everywhere. And this amp sounds exactly like that. It's like super even and it'll work in any mix. That's what I think. Now the 5151, as you can see, it's kind of a PV amp. A little boomy to my taste. I like my PVs a little kind of tighter, but let's try it with the grind. Yeah, with the grind it's much better. I like it much more. And I think I forgot to try the 5034 with the grind. So let's go back a little. Yeah, cool. Love it. Freeman. I think you know what this is. Okay, without the grind. Okay, out of these three that we listened till this moment, this one is kind of my favorite if we consider the pick attack response. I really like the response of this one. Let's try it with the grind. Yeah, it sounds awesome. I like it. Okay, the last one is the Mega. A little too boomy to my taste. Let's try to fix that with the grind. Well, yeah, it sounds okay, it sounds good, but kind of not my cup of tea. So out of all these, I think I like the 5034 because it's like super even. I like that kind of even character, and the Freeman for the dynamics. Next one is the Amped Arc. So if I'm right, I think this is a PRS amp emulation. I'm not really familiar with PRS amps like at all, so I'll just play and see if I like it. Well, maybe not my cup of tea, but I really like the blooming kind of low mid thing that's going on. Let's try it with the grind. Yeah, with the grind it sounds cool. Let's try the next one, camo lead. We need everything on noon. And let's go. I really like the gain structure in this one. It's pretty cool. Let's try it with the grind. Yeah, I really love this one with the grind. Sounds awesome. Okay, let's check out the next one. Is the Super Duper, and this is an emulation of the Dover amp. And if I remember correctly, I think this is kind of a Marshall on steroids kind of thing. So let's see. I'm pretty sure I should like it. Yeah, it's very nice. Let's try it with the grind. I think it's better without the grind. The grind is making that weird honky mid-range come out. And now the duper. This is more of the high gain side of this amp. So let's try it out. I'm really enjoying this duper side of the amp. Really cool. Let's try it with the grind. I don't think I'm too much of a fan of how the grind interacts with it. I think some kind of a softer boost pedal would go really good with this one. Yeah, they have it here on the pedal board. The drive, I think this is kind of a Tube Screamer kind of drive, but we will not be listening to it now because I want all the amps to go through absolutely the same signal path. So you'll have to try it for yourself. But yeah, this duper thing is really cool. Really like it. Okay, and the last ML one is the Amped ML5. So as you can see, this is a Mark series kind of amp. And let's start with noon again. Well, to my ears, it sounds like the real thing, but I'm not really a fan of the Mark series like at all. So I'm kind of not the one to judge this. But yeah, it sounds like a Mark series amp, as it should. So let's try it with the grind. You know, out of all of them, I think I kind of like this ML4 with the grind engaged. Yeah, this one is cool. I like it. Okay, those were the ML SoundLab amp series, and out of all of them, I think most of all, I like the Super Duper amp. It's really cool. I really enjoy the dynamic response, and the overall tone is awesome. So yeah, great job. I love it. Okay, so the next one is another freebie. So yeah, it's the Nalex pack, and we have 4 amps here. Ninja Pectifier, Crunchman, and Uber. So apart from the Ninja, I think you guessed what those amps are. And the Ninja, if I'm not mistaken, is kind of his own twist on a modern, aggressive, djenty kind of sound with some kind of a boost feature in the amp itself. So we won't be using the grind with the Ninja one because it's already like heavily filtered and boosted in the input section. You know, it sounds awesome. Yeah, especially for a free amp. It's cool. I like it. The only thing is that if it would have that boost kind of switchable, it would be better. But yeah, overall, it's a cool amp. I could use it in a mix. Okay, the next amp is the Pectifier. Let's check this one out. Well, to my ears, it sounds like a rectifier. The response to the picking hand is pretty good. Especially, again, for a free amp. Awesome. Let's try it with the grind. Sounds great. I like it. Okay, Crunchman, this is the Friedman. And immediately we're going to HBE, of course. And let's check it out. You know, maybe I'm not that much of a fan of the tone stack itself because I really like when an amp has that kind of really high sizzle, sparkly kind of character. This is more like high mid focused, but the dynamic response is really awesome. You just have to try it with your own hand and you'll know what I'm talking about. So let's try it with the grind. Yeah, it's cool, but I think it'll work better with a more bright IR probably. Now the last one is the Uber. Well, you guessed that it's an Overloud, and let's try it out. You know, this one is really, really awesome. I really love the response, I love the tone stack, love the overall balance. Cool amp. With the grind. Yeah, the Uber is awesome, and of all these Nalex plugins, I think I like the Uber the most. So, yeah, that was Nalex. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. So the next one is Nembrini. I have 3 amps. It's the Cali Reverb, the 8180, and the BST 100 version 2. Well, I think you guessed that the Cali Reverb is a Mesa Boogie rectifier, the 8180 is a 5150, and the BST 100 is actually one of the amps that I'm really stoked to listen because I'm a big fan of the first version of their BST 100, and for those who don't know, it's a Soldano SLO 100 emulation, and they were very nice to send me this second version before it comes out, so I'm in for a treat. But first things first, we're trying the Cali Reverb. Okay, this is pretty dark. We need to brighten it up. You know, I really like the response. It acts like a real rectifier when you kind of feel it in the hand. But I think it would really benefit from another IR because it's like super dark. But the response is really cool. So let's try it with the grind. No, actually with the master a little bumped, became a little brighter. Yeah, but overall it's cool. The response is awesome. Really love it. Okay, next one. It's the 8180, so this is a 5150, as you could guess. Let's try it out. Wow, so much gain. I don't remember the 5150 to have so much low end in the input section, But apart from that, it really sounds like the real thing. So let's try it with the grind. Yeah, now it sounds totally like a 5150 and feels also. Yeah, this one is awesome. Really like it. Okay, and the next one is the one I'm waiting for. It's the BST 100 version 2. So this is a Soldano SLO 100, and they made a new snakeskin Tolex thing, which is cool. Okay, let's check it out. I really love that, how the low end is kind of tearing apart. Really cool. So raw and aggressive. But as we all know, a Soldano needs a boost pedal for metal, like 99%, so we'll engage the grind immediately. I really love the response of this amp. It really gets you to dig into the strings, because when you don't, the low end becomes flubby. But as soon as you start digging in, it immediately, the whole sound becomes so aggressive and so cool. Really loving this amp. And the overall response is just awesome. The sound is not for everything, but for what it does it really like 100% great. So the next one is a pack from my good friends from Mercuriall. And as some of you may know, I am actually an artist of Mercuriall, but still, I'll try to be like 100% not biased. The first one is the U530, which is an angle preamp. You know, I really love Mercuriall for the thing that when you just open up the plugin, it immediately sounds like you're just plugging into a real amp and just tweaking real amp knobs. And the response, I mean, they have some kind of voodoo magic going on. I don't know how they do it, but the response is really like 100% like the response of a real tube amp. Okay, let's try it with the grind. Awesome. And even though I'm not like a big fan of angle amps, but yeah, for an angle amp, this sounds really great. The next one is the Spark. This is their Marshall amp collection. They have 4 here, but we'll listen to only the last one because it's kind of the high gain one. You hear how twangy it is, and like it gets the pick attack really bright, and I really love that. This is my favorite Mercurial plugin, so I'll always have fun playing with it. Now with the grind. Yeah, the Spark is great. I love it. The next one is the Reaxis, which is an emulation of the Mesa Boogie Triaxis. So this is pretty much kind of a Mark series Mesa, which I'm again not a big fan of, but still, we'll check it out. And again, immediately I start to play through a Mercurial amp, I have that feeling that I'm just playing through the real thing, because the pick attack is so real on all of them. You kind of get a satisfying feeling when just plucking the string. As in all Mark series amps, the EQ section is pre-drive, so we'll kind of make a boost pedal out of it. This D-Voice is the 5-band EQ. That's post-drive. I like it on 0. And let's get back to 5 and try the grind. Well, it sounds like a Triaxis, it acts like a Triaxis. Maybe I'm not a fan of the Triaxis, but really solid stuff. The next one is kind of a little weird beast here. It's an emulation of the AMT SS11 preamp. It has 2 modes, the B mode, which is kind of the modern mode, and the A mode, which is kind of the classic mode. We'll just check out the B mode. I think that'll be enough. First of all, I'm not a big fan of the AMT preamp. I had one some time ago. I used it for like small gigs. It's kind of a weird preamp, but the Mercurial guys really nailed it. So if you are actually a fan of this kind of sound, I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, now with the grind. So you know what's cool about this SS11X plugin? It's really lightweight and it doesn't kill your CPU at all. So for recording, It's a really awesome plugin because it kind of has that kind of tube response, and you can always use other plugins for your final mix. But for recording, this is really cool because it has everything like clean drive, crunch lead, and it's super lightweight. The last one here is the Euphoria, which is Mercurial's take on a Bogner Ecstasy. And again, there are like millions of knobs here and switches and all that stuff, so not a big fan of that. We'll just get everything to high gain mode and check it out. I mean, it really sounds like the Ecstasy and acts like the Ecstasy. And let's try it with the grind. Well, yeah, cool. So yeah, but in all the Mercurial stuff, as always, I love the Spark the most, and I use the Spark for my own stuff. So yeah, Spark is the winner, if there are any winners in this video, actually. I mean, the winner of the Mercurial pack. Okay, so the next one is kind of half free, half paid, because it's STL. And here I have the Emissary, which is free, which is kind of pretty popular. I think you've heard about it. And the second one is the STL Tonality Andy James. For some reason, even though STL is kind of a really kind of hyped brand, it just like flew over me for this whole time. But today we'll be working on my mistakes, and we'll try out the Andy James and we'll see how it goes. But first, we'll hear the Emissary, their free app. Well, this is an awesome free amp. I think many of you like it, many of you used it, and it still sounds great. I mean, it's like really not new. So yeah, let's try it with the grind. To be honest, I'm not really fond of how it sounds with the grind, but without it, yeah, really cool Ampsim. Probably it will benefit from a more kind of soft tube screamer kind of boost. So yeah, cool. And now the STL Tonality Andy James, which is really new for me. Never heard it, never tried it, so let's see. Yeah, as you can see, they have these power amp tubes here. My favorite 6L6. The tone is pretty cool. It's like pretty even, same as with the ML SoundLab stuff. I think it'll fit in a mix pretty good, but this one is dynamic-wise, it's pretty weird. I can't feel what I'm playing for some reason. Let's try it with the grind. With the grind, it starts to sound like a Metal Zone to me with that mid-range bump on the input. I don't know. Let's try the second amp. Okay. Everything on noon. Let's see. Okay, this one is cooler. I like this more. But the dynamics are still a bit weird. Let's try it with the grind. Well, this can also work in the mix probably, but I don't really see myself using them. Okay, okay, we won't listen to this one. It's not high gain. Okay, let's just check it. Maybe this is kind of a super modded Vox. But no, it's not. Okay, this is not what we are after today. So, not my cup of tea, to be honest. Out of these two that I tried today, I think for me the Emissary is more interesting. I don't know how that happened, but that's how it goes. Okay, so what do we have here? This is a little kind of Easter egg that I wanted to sneak into this video. This is actually an Ampsim that I made myself. So with that being said, let's just listen to it, and if you like it, you just tell me about that in the comment section, and then I'll just make a little video after this one, just featuring this Ampsim only, and I'll just leave a download link in the description so that you can just download it and use it for your own stuff. So, let's listen to it. And this filter thing that's going on here is kind of an input filter, so when it's on 0, it's like full bass on, and when it's on maximum, it acts pretty much like a grind pedal, so it's just like the bass is cut off and the highs are a little exaggerated. And now let's bring the filter back to 0, I mean back to noon, and we'll engage the grind. Okay, so, well, probably I made it so I like it, because I made it with my own tone in my mind. So pretty much this is kind of, again, a Marshall on steroids. And yeah, don't mind the interface. I just did it like in 5 minutes, just to see where the knobs are at. So again, if you like this one, just tell me about it in the comment section, and I'll just make a small video and leave it for you to download. Okay, so now we're going to another kind of big brand. It's Plugin Alliance. I think many of you know it. And the interesting thing is that actually many of these amps from Plugin Alliance, if not all of them, but I may be wrong, so I'll just say that many of them are actually modeled by Nembrini. And we already checked out the Nembrini stuff today. So it'll be interesting just to hear more of their modeling, because they're really great at it. And first of all, this is the diesel VH4, and actually this is the first diesel we have today, so let's check it out. Okay, this is really asking for the grind. Yeah, I really love this diesel. I've used it like multiple times in my mixes and in mixes I do for clients. So really awesome amp. And yeah, here you can see modeled by Nembrini Audio. So I'm not lying. Yeah, this one is great. So let's check out their emulation of an orange amp, the Rocker Gain 100. Again, with an orange, we definitely need the grind. Well, this sounds like an orange for sure. Okay, the next is the dual rectifier, and let's check it out. Oops, wrong channel. And I'm really interested if this rectifier was also made by, modeled by Nembrini, because it kind of has a similar response as the Nembrini one, but it's a little different in the tone stack. So yeah, I'm really interested. If anyone knows if Nembrini modeled this one, please tell me about it in the comment section. But yeah, overall, it's a cool rectifier. Sounds awesome, response is awesome, and let's try it with the grain. Awesome. Okay, the next one is their newest amp. Newest for Plugin Alliance, because those of you with Universal Audio products probably already tried it out like several years ago. But anyway. Okay, this is the crunch. I think we can go to the... where is it? To the lead. Well, it really sounds like the real thing. But again, I'm not really an Engel fan, but for Engel fans, this is awesome. This really sounds like an Engel Savage. And let's try it with the grind. Yeah, cool. And the last one is a Friedman BE100. And to be honest, I really never played like through a real Friedman. So, like with the Nalex one, I'm just going to say if I just like it or not. The Ampsim. pretty weird. And actually, this is the only Friedman sim that actually sounds like this, because all the other Friedman simulations that I actually tried, they sounded a bit different, kind of more like a heavy amp. So I'm not sure I'm liking this. The gain staging is like really weird. Sounds a little like that heavy amp from the archetype Abasi. But let's try it with the grind. Who knows? Kind of became a little better. Overall it sounds okay, but the feeling is really weird. I just don't know why. So, not a fan of this one. So out of the plugin alliance, most of all, I think I like the Diesel VH4, and if I would like angle amps, I would like the Savage. Okay, now, so we are almost done, and we have two more left, and the first one is the Overloud THU. I have the Slate edition because it comes with the Slate subscription bundle, so we'll be checking this one out, and it has like tons of amps. We'll check just a couple of them. So, for example, let's try the Angle. Immediately I get that Amplitude 4 kind of feeling, where the dynamics are kind of really plastic when you play it. I don't know. Let's try it with the grind. Yeah. To me it sounds and feels like Amplitude 4. Not a big fan of that. Okay, let's try a Recto on Modern. Okay, this one is better. Still a bit weird, but definitely better. Let's try it with the grind. Yeah, this one is pretty okay. I mean, I can use it like in a mix or something. Okay, let's try another one. What do we have? Okay, SLO. I like Soldano, so I should like this, right? Let's see. Kind of has that Soldano low end kind of tearing character, but it still sounds like Amplitude 4 for me. Let's try it with the grind. No, I don't think so. So, okay, the rectifier was pretty nice. It was okay. The other ones, not so much. Okay, and the last one for today will be actually Waves GTR amp, and I know it has a really bad reputation, but we'll check it out just for fun. Who knows? Maybe it's cool. Who knows? Right? It sounds there are tons of amps here, but this monster one sounds like a prototype of that white and cream Abasi amp that I like more. It has kind of the same character with the sparkly and twangy highs, like with real glass in the highs and a very boomy low end, so that like weird combination. This one is kind of like that, but just sounds worse. So yeah, it's weird, but okay. I mean, I don't think this is usable, but okay, it's just a little bit fun. Let's see with the grind. Nah, I don't think this will work. Okay, let's just go through the other amps. Inferno. This one is a little better. Ouch. Nope. Oh, PRS amps. Yeah, we don't need this one. Okay, so this was the Waves GTR amp, and yeah, it does something. Okay, so basically that was it. Lots of awesome amp sims, as you could hear. I enjoyed most of them, and I'm really interested to know which one of them you liked the most, so please tell me about it in the comment section. And also don't forget to guess which amp was amp A and amp B in the intro. So guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. I really hope you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. Like this video, leave a comment, and stay tuned for more. I'm Roman Arsafes. See you soon.